World War I started in 1914. It marked the beginning of a conflict that would change the world forever. It was a big war in Europe. Many countries fought. Nations from all over the globe were drawn into the fray, making it a truly global conflict. It was called the Great War because it was so big. The scale of the battles and the number of soldiers involved were unprecedented. People didn't know it would be the first of many world wars. They believed it would be the war to end all wars. Life changed quickly when the war began. Men went to fight. Young men from towns and cities enlisted in droves, eager to serve their countries. Families said goodbye, not knowing when they'd see each other again. The farewells were filled with hope and fear. Women, children, and older people stayed home. They took on new roles and responsibilities to support the war effort. They had to keep life going. Managing households, working in factories, and keeping the economy running became their new normal. The war seemed far away at first, but as the months turned into years, its presence was felt more and more, but everyone felt its impact. Rationing, war bonds, and community efforts became part of daily life. Letters from the front told of battles and bravery. These letters were a lifeline, bringing news from loved ones far away. Sadly, news also came of soldiers who wouldn't be coming home. The loss and grief were felt deeply by families and communities. With so many men away, families had to adapt. Women took on new roles. They ran farms, worked in factories, and became nurses. Communities came together to support each other. Families missed their fathers, brothers, and sons. Every day they hoped for their safe return. Children grew up quickly, helping their families and communities. They learned about sacrifice and resilience. The war gave women new responsibilities. They became the backbone of the home front. Women worked in factories, making weapons and supplies. They drove trams and delivered mail, jobs usually done by men. Many women became nurses. They cared for wounded soldiers in hospitals. They saw firsthand the terrible cost of war. Their strength and compassion were essential during those difficult times. Section 4. The War Through Children's Eyes. For children, the war was a confusing and frightening time. They were often unsure of what was happening around them, and the constant threat of danger loomed large in their minds. They missed their fathers and brothers who went off to fight, leaving a void in their lives that was hard to fill. Schools sometimes closed because there weren't enough teachers. Many educators were called to serve in the war, leaving children without a place to learn and grow. Despite the hardships, children found ways to cope. They played games, sang songs, and created their own little worlds to escape the harsh realities of war. They wrote letters to soldiers, hoping to bring some comfort and stay connected with their loved ones far away on the battlefields. They learned about the war in school and at home. Lessons often included discussions about the ongoing conflict, helping them understand the broader context of their experiences. The war had a profound impact on their young lives. They experienced rationing, participated in war effort activities, and grew up faster than they should have, shaped by the world around them. Section 5. Making do life on rations. Food and supplies became scarce during the war. Governments introduced rationing to ensure fair distribution of the limited resources available. This meant families received limited amounts of essential items like bread, which was a staple in many households, sugar, which was used sparingly in cooking and baking, and meat, which became a rare treat for many. People used ration books to buy their allotted food. These books contained coupons that were exchanged for specific items. They learned to be resourceful, using leftovers creatively and growing their own vegetables in what were known as victory gardens. Communities came together, sharing what they had and supporting each other through the shortages. This sense of unity was crucial for survival. The war finally ended in 1918, bringing relief and hope to many. Life slowly returned to normal, but the world was forever changed. The experiences of rationing and making do left a lasting impression. The Great War had a lasting impact on families, communities, and the course of history. It taught resilience, resourcefulness, and the importance of community.